The hallway of Jefferson High School is loud with the buzz of lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, and teenagers laughing in cliques. The smell of gym sweat and cafeteria food lingers faintly. Marcus, a 16-year-old black student, tall and athletic-looking but calm in his movements, carries his worn backpack over one shoulder. His clothes are clean but modest, showing he doesn't come from wealth. He moves through the hallway quietly, not trying to draw attention. Nearby, Ryan storms out of the locker room. He's 17, white, confident in an arrogant way, with an expensive watch and designer sneakers. His face is flushed with anger, and his voice booms louder than anyone else's. "My headphones! They're gone!" He waves his arms as if the whole hallway should care. He points suddenly toward Marcus. "He was the only one near my bag. It has to be him." The hallway quiets. Students turn, whispering. Some smirk, others exchange doubtful glances, but no one speaks up. Marcus pheezes, his eyes narrowing in disbelief. "What are you talking about? I didn't touch your stuff." Ryan steps closer, towering over him slightly. "Yeah, right. You were hanging around the lockers. You needed headphones, didn't you?" The tension escalates as Officer Barnes arrives. He is the school's police officer, mid-40s, white, stocky, with a hard face. His reputation is strict and unforgiving, especially toward students like Marcus. He sees the scene, immediately locking his gaze on Marcus. "What's the problem here?" Barnes asks, his voice rough. Ryan doesn't hesitate. "He stole my headphones. They were in my bag after gym. Now they're gone. He's the only one who could have taken them." Barnes's eyes go straight to Marcus. "Let me see your bag." Marcus hesitates, his jaw tightening. "I didn't steal anything." Ryan crosses his arms, smug. "If you've got nothing to hide, show him." The crowd grows. Students watch like it's entertainment. Marcus slowly hands over his bag. Officer Barnes rifles through it without respect, tossing out books, notebooks, and a cracked calculator. "Nothing. There's nothing here," Marcus mutters, but his voice carries pain more than anger. Ryan sneers. He probably ditched them already. Laughter ripples through a few onlookers. Marcus lowers his head, humiliated. From the crowd, Emma steps forward. She's 16, white, with a thoughtful face and quiet strength. Until now, she has stayed silent, her hands clenched at her sides. But watching the humiliation unfold shakes something inside her. "That's not fair," Emma says, her voice firm, cutting through the whispers. Everyone turns to look at her. "You don't even know he did it. You just assumed." Ryan glares at her. "Stay out of it, Emma. I know what I saw." Emma shakes her head. "No, what you did was blame Marcus because he was nearby. That doesn't mean he stole anything." The hallway buzzes louder. Some students whisper in surprise that she spoke up. Marcus glances at her, a flicker of gratitude in his eyes. But Officer Barnes remains unconvinced, his gaze still sharp on Marcus. Barnes mutters, "Keep your nose clean, son," before walking off, leaving Marcus standing in the middle of the hallway, humiliated but not broken. The bell rings, pulling everyone away. Marcus picks up his scattered belongings slowly. Emma watches him, her decision already made. The classroom is quiet. After lunch, the chatter of the hallway muffled behind closed doors. The fluorescent lights hum faintly overhead. Marcus sits near the back, hunched over his desk. His books are stacked neatly, but his pencil hasn't moved across the page. He stares down, the humiliation from earlier still heavy in his chest. Emma enters slowly, clutching her notebook to her chest. She glances around the room, hesitates, then walks toward Marcus. She lowers herself into the seat beside him. "Hey," she says softly. Marcus doesn't look up right away. "Hey." His voice is low, detached. Emma fidgets with the corner of her notebook. "What happened in the hall? That wasn't right. I should have said something sooner." Marcus finally meets her eyes. There's a mix of exhaustion and guardedness in his expression. "Doesn't matter. People already made up their minds." Emma leans forward slightly, her voice firm. "It does matter. You didn't do anything, and he humiliated you in front of everyone. That's not okay." Marcus sighs, shaking his head. "I've been through this before. Someone points the finger, and suddenly I'm guilty until proven innocent. You saw how Barnes looked at me. He didn't even think twice." The silence between them stretches for a moment. Then, Emma's expression shifts. Less hesitation, more determination. "I don't believe you did it, and I'm going to prove it." Marcus raises an eyebrow, skeptical. "How?" Emma glances toward the door just as Miss Lopez enters the classroom. She's in her 30s, Latina, dressed simply but neatly. She carries herself with calm authority, her eyes scanning the room. She notices Marcus's quiet posture, Emma sitting close, and senses the tension. Miss Lopez sets down her papers at the desk and approaches. "Everything all right here?" Emma straightens in her seat. "Miss Lopez, I need your help." The teacher tilts her head, curious. "With what?" Emma takes a breath. "With the truth. There are cameras in the hallways, right? And in the parking lot?" Miss Lopez studies her carefully, then glances at Marcus. His eyes flicker with both hope and doubt. "Yes," she replies slowly. "Why do you ask?" "Because Ryan lied," Emma says, her voice steady now. "Marcus didn't steal those headphones. I think the cameras can prove it." Marcus looks at her, surprised by her certainty. For the first time since the hallway, his expression softens. Ms. Lopez folds her arms, considering. Then she nods. "Meet me after school. If you're serious about this, I'll help you get access to the footage." Emma exhales with relief. Marcus leans back in his chair, still skeptical but quietly moved. Emma glances at him. "See? We'll find the truth." Marcus doesn't smile, but his voice is quieter now. "I've heard a lot of people say that. You're the first one I actually believe." The bell rings, the class filling with students. The noise of backpacks and chatter returns, but in the small space between Emma and Marcus, something has shifted. The beginning of an alliance. The school auditorium buzzes with restless energy. Students shuffle into rows of folding chairs, the stage lit up at the front. An announcement had been made. Principal Harris wanted to address the incident from earlier. Marcus sits near the back, his shoulders tense, head lowered. Whispers float around him. "That's the guy Ryan said stole the headphones. Barnes searched him, right? Bet he ditched them somewhere." Every word feels like another stone pressed into his chest. Ryan, meanwhile, sits closer to the front with a smug expression, arms folded, acting as though justice has already been served. His expensive sneakers tap lazily against the floor. Emma sits between students, notebook in hand, her jaw set with determination. She's been waiting for this moment. On stage, Principal Harris steps up to the podium. He's in his 50s, African-American, calm and dignified, with a voice that carries authority without shouting. "Students, we're here today because an incident this morning raised serious concerns. Before we move forward, I want us to remember, our school is built on fairness, respect, and truth. No one is above that." At his signal, Officer Barnes stands at the side of the stage, arms crossed, watching Marcus with narrowed eyes. Principal Harris continues. Ryan Collins reported his headphones stolen after gym class and accused Marcus Hill of taking them. A search was conducted. Nothing was found. However, he pauses, glancing to the side where Miss Lopez and Emma stand. New information has come to light. Gasps ripple through the crowd as Miss Lopez steps forward with Emma. The teacher holds a small tablet connected to the security system. Emma's voice is steady, though her palms sweat as she grips the edges of her notebook. Earlier today, she says, loud enough for the auditorium to hear, Marcus was accused without proof, but Miss Lopez and I checked the footage, and guess what? The headphones weren't stolen at all. The screen behind them flickers to life with footage from the gym hallway. Ryan appears on the screen, tossing his bag onto the bench. In his rush, he sets his expensive headphones down on the bleachers beside him. Moments later, the bell rings. Ryan grabs his bag and leaves, but the headphones remain, untouched, sitting where he left them. The students erupt in whispers. Ryan's face drains of color. Emma doesn't stop. Marcus was blamed because it was easy, because no one questioned the assumption. But the truth is, Ryan forgot his headphones in gym class, and instead of owning that mistake, he accused Marcus. A hush falls over the auditorium. All eyes swing between Emma, Marcus, and Ryan. Ryan stands abruptly, his face red. That's not, I thought. His words stumble, tripping over guilt. Principal Harris raises a hand, silencing him. Enough. His gaze is stern, disappointed. Ryan, your carelessness is one thing, but your willingness to accuse someone without proof, to humiliate another student in front of the entire school, is unacceptable. Ryan stares at the floor, the weight of the room pressing down on him. Then Principal Harris turns to Marcus. His voice softens. Marcus, on behalf of this school, I apologize. You were treated unfairly. Marcus swallows hard, his voice quiet but steady. It's not the first time, but I hope it's the last. Even Officer Barnes, arms still crossed, looks uneasy now. His earlier certainty has been shaken. Miss Lopez places a reassuring hand on Marcus's shoulder. Emma steps closer too, whispering, "Told you we'd find the truth." Marcus glances at her, a small flicker of gratitude shining through the heaviness. The students in the audience remain quiet, many of them looking ashamed for having believed Ryan so quickly. For the first time all day, Marcus doesn't feel completely alone. As the students leave the cafeteria, Principal Harris's voice echoes one last time. Let this be a reminder to all of us. Assumptions can destroy trust, and silence can allow injustice to grow. Not being racist is not enough. We must stand against it, speak against it, and refuse to let it pass unchallenged. One voice can change the direction of a story. Be that voice. Marcus walks out of the room with Emma by his side. The whispers have stopped, replaced by a quiet respect. For the first time in a long while, Marcus feels seen. Not as a suspect, but as a person.